Number 120 in the Imprint range from 1972 is Across 110th Street, starring Anthony Quinn, Yaphet Kotto. This was a movie that I had different ideas of. I expected a almost blaxploitation feeling, action movie, kind of thriller, and I got something that was a little bit more than that, which really added to the story and made it much better than I expected. So at the start of this one, we've got three criminals who decide to rob other criminals, stealing their money, and in a moment of unease and tension, accidentally on purpose kill everyone in the room.
No, for God's sake!
Of course, these are mob men, and the mob isn't too happy about this. So they decide to send in their fixer to hunt down these guys and brutally take their vengeance, get the money back. But they don't count on two people. They've got Mattelli, played by Anthony Quinn, who's wonderful in this role. He is a captain. And then we have Lieutenant Pope, played by Yaphet Kotto, who's the man who's put in charge, even though he's not a captain, but because of his colour, they've put in charge of this kind of racial case. And we have these two people working together to try and solve what's going on. But what I wasn't prepared for in this one was following the robbers. From the brutality of the opening, to see them do something so horrific and then follow them and see the three different personalities that we have here.
Whatever happens, man, we're gonna end up rich. Or dead, man.
Two of them particularly that you genuinely feel for, that you understand come midway through the movie why they had to take such drastic action. You're hoping that they're almost going to get away with it, which is a wonderful aspect of the movie, because you've seen them at the start be horrific and brutal, do something horrendous. And by the time the middle of the movie comes, I was kind of hoping that they were going to get away with this and maybe start a good life, which they don't have. And that counterpoint with the kind of caricatured mob guys that are out to get them, which are kind of throwaway characters almost, that turn up to be typical Italian mob. But then we have Mattelli, who is quite openly corrupt, racist, bends the rules quite a lot. And then we've got Yaphet Kotto, who is more straight-laced, by the book. And to watch these two guys interact with the community and try to get information was incredible. Just seeing them interact together, because two different facets of police force. We've got the brutality of Mattelli, who beats up people, who treats people like animals, who obviously later on is rather racist, who doesn't care about it, who takes bribes and isn't squeaky clean. But we have Pope, who as a black man is almost seen as an ally by the criminals, but he just sees himself as a cop with no side to take and just wants to get the information the legal way and continue with this investigation. And it's so wonderfully put together, because I was expecting an action, thriller, robbery, procedural kind of aspect, and whereas you do get that, you get some great characters to see within it as well, which really flesh out the story and make this wonderful. The opening robbery is exciting, it's action-packed, it's filled with tension. The procedural elements after the fact are pretty terrific, as we try to discover all the different moving parts that's going on in this chessboard and how they're all interacting with each other. The growing relationship between Pope and Mattelli, which, you know, kind of breaks down and mends for a small period of time, but particularly the robbers. Two of them anyway out of the three. One is just crazed and ends up in a bad way. The other two you genuinely feel could do with a break. Hopefully they'll get a break at some point. It never quite comes, but you're there. But one of the things I did love about seeing projects, you get to see cars that are all beat up driving in the road. You just get a feeling of this time and place, which I'm always a huge fan of. I really enjoyed Across 110th Street. It was everything I possibly could have wanted. Awesome theme music as well, great direction, outstanding performances, a little bit tropey in parts, especially when it comes to the Mafia and how almost caricatured they are. But I'll forgive it that because it's got some great characters in amongst here as well. Love this one. Terrific film, kind of gritty action thriller. Highly recommended. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. So drop a comment in the comment box below and let me know your thoughts on Across 110th Street. As always, there's more content up here. You want to see more of my stuff, hit that like button, and I know that you just love movies like me and you want to see more. And in the description box is the link to the membership program or the Patreon where you can support me, which would be amazing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time on Man v Film.